I just want to like sit here and like mull it over for a minute. I do think that these things are related. I think that there are connections here. Um, it's like translingualism as a movement, or not really a movement, but as a a method of thinking about teaching literacies, right, is a relatively recent thing, probably about as recent as baby leftism on Twitter. And these three articles that we read over the last reading Rainbow Book Air are all about, we're trying to establish norms, we're trying to establish standards in this area that is new, that is developing, that doesn't really have set standards. And it's like, how do you take part in creating those standards, right? I don't think like just saying there are no standards is enough. I don't think that's enough. I don't think that's enough of a way to take part in that conversation. I don't think that like just being like, I don't like X type of content creator because they're bad is a good way to engage in leftist content creation as a space. I don't think always making content, or not content, always making call out posts, content around call out posts for like three creators. I mean, maybe one of them kind of deserves it. I don't know. I don't want to get into that. But anyway, just a few creators over stupid things like buying a house. I don't think that that's productive to the left as a movement. Just like, and the translingualism article, I didn't feel like getting pissed off about code meshing and code switching was a good argument. It's not. It's kind of silly. Where different people are using different words in different ways, and that's okay. It's kind of how translingualism works as a theory. Um, and I think that that is the same issue that we see. The crux of the debate bros versus video essayists debate is different people are doing different things in different ways. And I would say that these are rhetorical choices that they're making. The rhetorical choices based on platforms. I think I made this argument in part already. These are rhetorical choices that they're making based on the platforms that they're using, based on the ways that they're trying to bring attention to this issue. Remember, we're movement building. We're not, just building our own individual communities. We're building a broader coalition. We need a diversity of tactics. We need a diversity of people, of course, and a diversity of tactics. And at the point of baby leftism, every single voice kind of counts, kind of helps. I don't think we have to be at the point where one particular voice needs to be called out as a hindrance to the entire movement. Because, like, what the fuck is the movement? Like the people who tried to do like the general strike, like the reason the general strike did not happen, the reason why nobody knows about the general strike is because like a bunch of people on like some site decided they were going to do a general strike. Okay, well, how do you get that out to other people? How we need to build information networks and in academia when it comes to the translingualism discussion, you have ways of conducting discussions, ways of conducting um scholarly discourse, right? And these are established methods. These are very gate kept methods, and that's a bad thing. Um, and so what I see happening is people are trying to establish methods. People are struggling to establish methods of gatekeeping the discourse without realizing that sometimes something that somebody is doing isn't exactly harming the discourse. It's just that you don't really like the vibes. Um, which is, I think is pretty much a one-to-one with the code meshing, argument, the code meshing versus code switching argument, where like I don't really like the vibes because I feel like you're using this word wrong. It's like, okay, well, different people use different words for different, you know, you know, rhetorical exigencies. Um, yeah. Uh, huh. I don't know. I feel like I want to mold this over a little bit more. Um, I mean, I do feel like there's something there. think I want to get to the bottom. I don't know. Hmm. And I think that there is, and this is probably controversial. This is probably kind of controversial, but I think there is a level of gatekeeping that is kind of necessary for healthy growth of the community, right? But at the same time, I don't think leftism as a movement is ready for that. I don't. I don't really think it's ready for that. And this ties back to the trauma, the issue of the trauma too. Like, we feel, I think a lot of people feel like, we need to do this now. It's very urgent that we keep like the bad people out of the discourse. But like, the bad people are going to get into the discourse no matter what. That's just how it is. They're going to be dishonest actors in the discourse no matter what. Um, the question is, are those dishonest actors to the point where they are harming the discourse? With like the generalized discourse, not just like discourse on like one particular area in one particular community or whatever, right? Are they harming the generalized discourse, right? And I don't mean like harming like hmm, I don't know. Anyway, um, I kind of just remembered that I forgot my laundry done in the washing machine, so I actually have to go get that. So anyway, I'll be right back.